Now, in our first story, there is nothing like reduced contact tracing. No one has stopped it. That's according to the Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Aboagye. He was responding to claims of lessened testing and tracing efforts that may have contributed to Ghana's active COVID-19 cases, which are now below 2,000. Dr. Aboagye was speaking at a press briefing by the Ministry of Information today.
August 2018, the Ghana's cases stood at 1,723 cases, which is the lowest since we started capturing active cases. Cumulatively, we have recorded 43,260 cases. Recoveries have been about 41,270, crossing over 95% recoveries. Total deaths so far stands at 261, with the case fatality rate at 0.6%. We have so far tested 431,272 individuals since the beginning of the pandemic. In general, broadly, of 31,000 tested, 157,283 routine surveillance. As you are aware, these are people who report with symptoms that we test them. Contact tracing or enhanced contact tracing, which is 273,989%. That brings the total to 431,272. Our total positivity on the average is about 10%. We move to the next slide. That shows you the daily positives. And the blue one is contact tracing and the red routine cases. As you can see, since early July, we've recorded decline all throughout. And this is also confirmed by the next slide, which is the moving averages, which gives you an average daily positivity that at the same time from June started a decline all the way to where we are probably at our lowest since the beginning of the reporting. Today, we are reporting a total new case of 166 from 34 districts across the country and 5 regions. What it means is that 11 regions, despite taking samples and testing, have not reported any positives. Greater Accra reported the highest with 76 new cases from 15 districts. Majority of them are coming from Ayawaso West and Korle Klottey. The Ayawaso West is where most of the hotels are, where the new returnees are being tested, and so it tends to give us a relatively higher rate than the rest of the country, the rest of the districts in Greater Accra.
Now, at the same event, Minister of Information Kojo Oppong-Nkrumah announced that security services are exempt from the unification of pension programs. They will remain on the old Cap 30. This is due to the nature of occupational risks, especially in the COVID-19 period. The decision has been approved by Cabinet.
Cabinet, at its 81st meeting held on Monday, the 7th of August 2020, discussed a report on the unification of multiple public sector pension schemes as approved by the National Pensions Act 2008, Act 766, and in particular its implication on the security services. The report apprised Cabinet of the progress toward implementation of a policy approved by Cabinet on the unification of multiple public sector pension schemes. Cabinet considered the recommendations of the report, seeking the following actions for the completion of the unification process. 1, the exclusion of the security services, that is, the police service, the immigration service, the National Fire Service, the prison service, as well as other security and intelligence agencies. And 2, the amendment of 766 to exclude the security services from the unification of pensions. Cabinet granted approval for the above actions and directed the Minister of Employment and Labour Relations to commence processes to have the law amended to reflect this decision. The decision, therefore, is that the security services will not be subject to the unification of pensions and will remain on their old pension programs. The security services will not be subjected or included in the program to unify pensions. They will instead remain on their already existent pension programs like the GEPA and the other pension programs that exist.
It's all live on JoyNews today, and this is your election headquarters. Now, government says it has provided the needed resources for the Ghana Police Service to ensure that the 2020 elections are peaceful. Interior Minister Ambrose Derry said this when he cut sword for the construction of an FPU headquarters and International Relations Directorate Office complex for the Ghana Police Service. He told pressmen the government has performed its end of the bargain and expects the election to be violence-free.
We need to be very clear about the various roles that we play. For the government, ours is to provide the facilities, give the resources, and the operational matters are for the police. The police, the IGP, is the leader of all operational matters, and the Constitution has done it consciously so that the government does not interfere in operational matters. It's for the IGP to handle. And you realize also over the years, when it comes to elections, even when you go to the levels of the assemblies, the chief executives are removed from the system and it's normally led by the police commander at all levels. So yes, what we have done, the government has done, is to provide the facilities. And you heard the IGP himself. What we have done for the police is unprecedented. When we came into power, most of the police vehicles were less than 400 and they were not functional. Now you know, they themselves have got about 700 vehicles. We have established 2 wings, air wing and canine wing for the dogs. We've trained young men in South Africa. They are passed out as pilots and we're waiting to deploy that. And you've just seen another level of support, providing them the support to build the office complex to be able to directorate and the APU efficient. So what we are doing is providing the funding, and I think we did, and we are going to continue providing the funding. The president's commitment is for a free and peaceful election. That is left for the security agencies to do, and the election is going to be run by the EC. Those are the things. So our role, and we will continue to provide the resources. The technical matter is operational matters are left with the IGP, as the Constitution provides.
It's live on JoyNews today. Now, the Korle Klottey Municipal Health Directorate has set up 8 community pregnancy schools within the assembly as part of efforts to reduce maternal mortality in the municipality. Principal Nursing Officer at the Directorate, Dora Kobner, says the schools, which will complement other, give health workers the opportunity to sharpen their skills even as they attend to pregnant women at various health facilities. Watch Nicholas Ekoyamu's report.
Maternal and infant mortality rate has declined in the Korle Klottey municipality over the past 17 years. Incidents across Ghana declined by 38% in the last 20 years, from 342 deaths per 100,000 live births to 211 deaths. But the country is still lagging behind in the UN Sustainable Development Goal 3, which requires countries to reduce maternal mortality to less than 17 deaths per 100,000 live births. At the Korle Klottey municipality here in the Greater Accra region, the Health Directorate has set up 8 community pregnancy schools within the assembly. Principal Nursing Officer at the Directorate, Dora Kobner, says this is to further keep in check the maternal mortality rate in the area. She was speaking at the launch of the Woman 360 at the Nyankwa Clinic in Accra.
For Korle Klottey, for us to control maternal mortality, we have set up certain interventions like the pregnancy schools. We have set up 8 pregnancy schools within the municipality. We have 5 in the communities, and these are being manned by community health nurses. And we also have 3 in the various health facilities. That's Rich Hospital. We have one at Adaraka Polyclinic, and there's also one at Osu Government Maternity Home. So this community pregnancy school is not to replace the routine focused ANC, but it's a form of giving the health workers or the health providers the opportunity to sort of improve upon their skills. They'll be able to come out with innovations and interventions to help the pregnant women so that they'll have a safe delivery.
Country Director of Pharmacists Group Ghana, Dr. Maxwell Enchi, said the Woman 360 has come at the right time to help unemployed nurses to get full-time jobs.
You have scenarios where midwives and doctors finish school and for a while they might be at home because they are waiting for financial clearance by the Ministry of Health or Ministry of Finance to get on board the public sector. This provides an opportunity to engage them and put them to useful contribution to the social goals of Ghana using the private sector.
The launch of the Woman 360 spoke will make antenatal and postnatal services easy and accessible to women who are most occupied in the community. Nicholas Eko Yamua's report for JoyNews.
Now, the Deputy Trade and Industry Minister, Robert Kalenti, has assured government will be creating a congenial atmosphere for businesses to thrive. He believes that the Ghana Export Promotion Authority's role will position Ghana to greatly benefit, especially when it comes to the Continental African Free Trade Agreement area. Kalenti added that government will be focusing on food processing to increase revenue from non-traditional export.
The monetary framework and allow businesses to flourish. We have too many white elephants up and down this country that is testament to the fact that government should not be doing business. So when we set this framework, it becomes even more important when you bear in mind the advent or oncoming of the Continental Free Trade Area. 54 countries, 1.2 billion people, an economy of nearly $3 trillion, and the role that GEPA plays in helping Ghana position itself to take advantage of that. It is the private sector that will drive that. It is businesses up and down, businesses here in Kumasi who are making things like our friends from Nuts and Bolts who are exporting, our friends from UniJ, our friends who are making geodrill, who are making drilling machines that are exported around the world. These are the companies that we, GEPA, will support by providing data, training, opportunities, and sometimes we'll actually lead them to the opportunities to help them engage and take advantage of that. The opportunities are vast, really vast, and this report has shown that we are growing year on year, 3.1%, 10% in 2017 to 18, 3.1% on top of that, 2018 to 2019. And the opportunity clearly states that we have opportunities there to take advantage of. And we look forward to GEPA continuing playing its role and really helping Ghana attain its objectives. We cannot obtain our Ghana beyond aid. We cannot obtain an industrialized Ghana just by making products and services for Ghana alone. We must add export to it, and that is where GEPA comes in, and that is why it's so important to us. The support of the processing is critical. We are at core an agricultural country, so most of our activities involve in agriculture.
Now, the Second Lady, Samira Bawumia, has lamented what she has observed to be the inability of many Ghanaian women to access loans for their businesses. Even though a 2019 IMF report indicates that women are less likely to default on loans, most of them have issues accessing credit for their businesses. Speaking at the launch of the Young Women Entrepreneurship Initiative put together by the Ministry of Business Development, the Second Lady reiterated the need for businesses to be prioritized when it comes to access to loans.
The International Monetary Fund, the IMF, indicates that 37% of women in sub-Saharan Africa have bank accounts and access to formal financial institutions and saving mechanisms. These low rates persist despite the fact that women are less likely to default on loans than men. Mr. Minister, women pay their loans, so give them more. The effect of this is the continuous low market share of women entrepreneurs. This ought to change, and I believe from today we will see that change. The narrative in this country would change, and it has to change. For entrepreneurship to thrive, there is a need to create an enabling environment which allows business to flourish. Ensuring that this becomes a reality is the collective responsibility of both government and the private sector. An environment enabling of entrepreneurship is one which works together to eliminate barriers, one which reduces the level of bureaucracy faced by entrepreneurs, and an environment that makes financial resources and knowledge accessible.
It's at 1 p.m. for more business stories. In the meantime, Hans Mensauder joins us with sports.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Showbiz here on JoyNews today. Now, Sarkodie has finally opened up about the events that led to a confrontation between his manager, Angel, and Stonebwoy prior to the Black Love concert. Although he did not reveal any specific details on the misunderstanding, the rapper admitted that Stonebwoy did hit his manager. The Illuminati hitmaker said he was disappointed in Stonebwoy. Stonebwoy resorted to fist fight to resolve an issue which subsequently injured Angel.
This brings me to the incident that happened on the 10th of August, at the Black Star Square between my manager and my brother Stonebwoy. For the first time in a long while, my limit was pushed beyond just because of what happened. I want to state this. Everyone has the right to be mad or angry, but no one has the right to assault. And this is where it brings me back to how we manage our emotions and reactions. Situations like what happened that led to the unfortunate incident is not new. I'm not to say that it's okay, but I think my brother should know this. And that's what actually happened. I'm not here to talk about what happened that led to it. If that's what they want to talk about, they can talk about that as well. My main reason, for doing this, or what got me upset, was the fact that he chose to go physical. My brother has every right to be mad. He could have chosen to insult Angelo, or even myself, scream, or just even move his car and go. And trust me, he knows I would definitely call him and even apologize. Not because I have to, but I never want bad blood, and I think it's unnecessary.